Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles for a few rupees more. I'm Articulate T, the Storyteller. This is episode 10 of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign, and with me as always I have Crest Nether playing Alicia.
Hello!
I have Alvarans playing Ander.
Hello.
I have Rubber Pirate playing Melody.
Not Leisha today.
Indeed.
I have Danny Cat playing Makoto.
Hello.
So, friends, what happened last time?
Last time when you met the Phoenix Force, they headed over to the Rigenstead train yard in pursuit of the once people, now Gibdos, who had fled from Wendy Brigginson's boarding house after a ritual with a magical chalice. Accompanied by Nadine Farwell, an Inquisitor of Evilas, they managed to gain entrance into the train yard, though are met with some suspicion from the guards there. Inside the train yard, a cursory look around doesn't offer much information, but with some of the more supernatural abilities of the party, one of the Gibdos is found and chased out of a warehouse and into the open, where a fight ensues. The second Gibdo they were in pursuit of joins in with an attempt at an ambush, but despite injuries on the side of the party, the two insect-like humanoids are defeated. After the fight, the party gives the chalice to Nadine, who quickly destroys, or rather deforms, the magic item, telling the party that she'll bring it to somewhere the chalice can... Chalice? Sorry. She'll bring it somewhere the chalice can be properly disposed of. After explaining the situation to the railmaster and leaving the train yard, they head back to the boarding house and share a condensed version of events with Wendy before making arrangements for the people the party defeated to give them a proper burial. I believe that is where we last left off.
Yes, indeed. Are you keeping your hero point or passing it to somebody else?
Yes, I'm keeping it. It is mine.
All yours.
Okay. But yes, that is entirely correct.
Entirely correct is the best kind of correct.
Yeah. So you have departed Wendy Brigginson's boarding house. She says she had told you previously that she would provide you with the payment for the venture in the morning. There's a lot to take care of right now, which is kind of occupying her attentions and her emotional investment. So
Yeah, that rubber's gross.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff to take care of.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the meantime though, you have some unfortunately departed folks to provide burial rites to.
Yes.
We're gonna take him outside town.
Okay.
If there is like a burial area, we'll see if we could use that as well.
That might be more fitting.
Let me just see if the
There's one on the map.
I'm just having a look to see whether or not the church denominational or not.
Low Grave Temple.
It could be the Hylian Reformed Church or the Reformed Church of Hylia, which are not the same thing. The Church of Hyrule, of course.
Low Grave Temple. I don't believe it's denominational. I think much like the cathedral in Hyrule Castle Town or a number of other places, it is a designated place of worship. Given that, like, a lot of Hyrule society
Does it have a graveyard? It doesn't look like it on the map.
doesn't look like there's much space for one. It may
If
have.
it doesn't have one, then we'll just go outside town.
Yeah.
See if there's one out there.
Give me a.
So- No, go for it.
Let's say, in this instance, for the sake of rolling some dice, let's say, give to me the perception check to just try and find anything that looks vaguely like a graveyard, or a society roll to understand where one might be kept, or a diplomacy roll to ask around for a graveyard or a good burial site near Riggensted.
I'll go for a diplomacy check here. Oh, only a 5 for me, and
16.
a 9 for Makoto, which is a 16 for Makoto and a 13 for me.
Okay.
New society. I'll do diplomacy because of all the things you listed, that is my biggest number.
Yeah.
It has a 27.
Nice.
It's very decent.
Okay. So, with a 27, so while Makoto, you are, it's difficult to find a lot of things in Riggensted. You do find like places that could point towards it, but nothing definitive. And Leisha, unfortunately, much in the same way, people seem to be fairly wary of you, which is not an unfamiliar experience when going around places like this, or any other settlement for that matter. However, it is Anda who's able to strike up an accord with many folks, and they make mention of a fairly sizable burial site just outside of town on the eastern side. There's a small hill that rises up enough to have a good view of the railroad and some of Hyrule Field beyond. So if anything, that is as good a place as any to bury these poor unfortunate souls.
With that, I think if Anna shares this information, we might want to head that way.
I would be a little shit, but no, Anda's much nicer than I am, so.
I appreciate it, Anda.
Yeah, there's plenty of time before the sun would normally set, and usually it's that sunset that a lot of the towns will draw up their drawbridges and like close their gates for the sake of keeping people safe from wandering monsters. So there's plenty of time for you to do this and get back into the safety of Riggensted's walls.
We'll also like let the guards at the gate know that we're going to be back.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not going to take very long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Makoto could dig a grave in like 2 minutes.
Yep. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find the burial site. It's this kind of very simple series of marked graves, stakes in the ground that have little placards on them to denote who has been buried here. The sizes all vary in some way, shape, or form. The quality of the stakes themselves vary in some shape or form. Some grave markers are adorned with flowers, others are not. There doesn't appear to be. There appears to be at least one marking that sits right at the very top of the hill. And judging from a cursory glance, you could probably tell this is likely the first person to be buried here. And then other graves have kind of like started from the top of this hill and moved down gradually. Looks like there's a couple of hundred markers here. Not all of them are clearly marked, just to denote that somebody is buried here, but not give their identity. But the people that have been pointing you in this direction are right. It is a decent view. You can see the rolling hills of the fields going north and south if you stand close to the top of the hill. You can see the railroad take off towards the east or the northeast, where it would continue to go along unto Zora's domain. Yeah, it's a fairly pleasant spot, all things considered. It kind of like sits
All right.
upon. It sits just off the path that would go towards the Drumnik ruins, just on the border of Necluda and Central Hyrule. But that's at least a 2-day walk away in that direction. And the road itself hasn't been very well walked too often, especially considering the fact that it's only a series of ruins there now. There's not much reason to go back. But yes, so tell me, how do you provide these individuals with their last rites?
Before that, is there any building or any like a shack near the graveyard, or is it just only the markers itself?
It is only the markers themselves.
Okay. In that case, given that there's no like
I'm
gravekeeper.
gonna use my elemental senses to tell an area that doesn't already have bodies in it,
Okay.
and just start digging there with my base kinesis.
While Makoto is doing that, and I don't know why I don't have the.
It's quite long because I have extended kinesis as well.
Yeah, nice. I am going to make sure that our labels are back on my setup. Anyway, I start laying out the bodies as much as they are still here, and start preparing them for burial. I will recite some oft-used prayers towards Hylia, that kind of being at least what Lisha would know as being the standard thing to do, unless someone has like outside of like specific wishes.
I don't think we're gonna know if anyone here or for these people wanted specific wishes because these were
That's right.
travelers.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think all we found was a couple of names,
Mm-hmm.
and that was about it.
Better to be to do something rather than nothing if you don't know.
It's just a nice thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It is the thing to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Makoto notices the word you left out of that repetition of his comment and says nothing.
But yes, so it is that you prepare the rites and go through the standard blessings and beseeching unto the spirits and things that are basically second nature to you now. As you are doing this, Makoto has appropriately provided a series of graves to put for the bodies to be buried in, and it would take
Perfectly
them
6 feet.
Yeah, perfectly 6 feet. And it would take them no effort at all in order to then fill those graves back up. While this is happening, Anda, Melody, what are you getting up to?
I think Melody's going to be around town digging for rumors and stuff.
Okay.
As Onda is the resident corpse carrier for the moment, I think Onda's just gonna make some attempt to make some headstones or equivalent thereof, little markers for these individuals.
Okay.
Also, Makoto will like go down into the grave so you can lower the the corpses to him, and he can put them in there properly.
Yeah.
Lisha is very grateful for the help.
Hmm.
Okay.
And with that, I think once the graves have been filled back in with soil, there is a moment where Lisha finishes their prayers and beseechings and just stands there for a moment and speaks in a much different language. A language that has not been spoken in many ages, as the last thing directed towards the bargainer is in Zonai.
Okay.
And translated it is, the bargain is done. These souls may yet find their way to you.
Okay.
Once Leisha is done talking, I will close the graves up.
Okay. As you.
Well, thank you very much, Makoto.
You're welcome. Stretch.
Anda? Is Anda very close by, or is Anda like within eye shot?
Noted.
Ando was making the headstone, so yeah, Ando would still be nearby.
It's like sitting on a rock or something.
Mm. I do find it a little troublesome that we don't know which name belonged to which person.
Well, for two of them, yeah. You know, the first one was the person known as Lars.
Mm-hmm. And for the other two, would it be possible to put their names on both?
I think I'll just kind of list all four names then, since the last one was kind of goo, and this is probably for all four of them. I think what Onda does is Onda kind of takes the separate ones that he was working on, looks at it for a little bit, and then just kind of merges them together and makes it one big like
I mean, if you want them
grave
properly
marker.
merged together, I can literally do that.
Stone fusion.
Yeah.
Yep. Might take a second.
But yeah, you successfully inter these bodies. These individuals fallen victim to the allure of great treasure out in the west, and effectively lost their lives because of it. It is quiet on the hill. Some of the drizzle from the previous day has eased up a bit. It's still cloudy overhead. Still fairly chilly, all things considered. It doesn't look like the rain will be going away tomorrow, from judging from the cloud cover. Might rain a little bit further tomorrow, at least. Yeah, I mean, it is spring. Spring is, this kind of weather is common around this time of year. You, with that all said and done,
Because it just seems to love raining exactly when we're traveling, huh?
At least it's thematic. for this particular moment.
I suppose so.
Meanwhile, back in town, Melody, if you would like to, if you're hunting for rumors, give me either a perception or a diplomacy, depending on how you search for rumors.
I'll go with diplomacy, chatting people,
Big numbers.
biggest numbers. 30.
Oh,
Hell
very
yeah, it
big
is.
number.
With a 30, admittedly, it's a little hard to start when most of what people are talking about in town appears to be about what had happened mere hours before. People in rags running across rooftops and fleeing through people's clambering over the fence into the rail yard. It's yeah. That seems to be what most of the talk is about. The rumors that you do get, however, at least besides that, is chiefly to do with folks coming and going from the west, given the nature of Riggensstead, after all. The places where a lot of people from Central Hyrule, at least, depart to see if they can find their fortunes beyond, and most come back empty-handed, if at all. What you do get is that there appears to be at least some form of hubbub surrounding a potential find out in the west. They seem to believe that, or someone seems to believe that they have found a locale that is buried underground beneath a town. The name of the town doesn't seem to be known to many people, or at least they don't mention it. But supposedly someone has come back from the west with the intention of finding more people and supplies entirely to go back out west and find or find a way to get into this place. They mention that the details specifically is that underneath this town there appears to be a cave. Going into the cave for a short distance leads to a pit which took several people, which took the life of one person, and then several hours to try and find a way to successfully traverse it over to the other side, because on the other side appears to be a door with no immediate handle and no immediate lock or anything, but it won't budge. It's clearly made of stone and it has some interesting markings on it, but no details seem to come to you just yet. Whatever it is, it seems to be sparking more curiosity in people, as if it's like on the cusp of inviting a brand new wave of adventurers to come out and see if they can find whatever the hell is behind that door. But for now, that appears to be at least one of the rumors that's coming out of the west. The rest of it seems to be just speculation about what could be out there, any resources that could be found, family members or friends concerned about someone who has not come back as of yet. But yeah, there does appear to be at least one instance where someone is talking increasingly about the weather, mostly that they're talking about the wind picking up every so often, like unseasonable winds, but they kind of chalk that up to just the weather being a bit weird. That's all. Like, Hyrule is a place that has been hit with tumult often, so it's not out of the question that unusual weather comes by, But at the very least, that seems to be what a lot of people are talking about. Mostly stuff from out west, but at least one person mentioning that the wind seems to be a bit unseasonable in spots. And the way they talk about it, it seems to be all over the country as opposed to just in one particular area. But yeah, those are the rumors that you find.
Okay, so when we want to go there, we found maybe the door to Kingdom Hearts.
But
Possibly.
none of us have a magic key, though.
Yet.
That's what you think. I'm kidding.
Also, I don't think we
The
want
real
to cross the
key was
streams to
inside
that
you all
extent.
along.
Just gotta get it out of there. I ain't a surgeon, but
Not it.
certainly try.
As long as I don't have to fight Daxon, I think I'm okay.
I'll fight them. How hard could it be?
But yeah.
And before his gimmick is just like cancel everything out or some weird shit.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So with rumors discovered and burials performed, you make your way back into town. If the intention is to stay the night, then you will have to find a place to stay. But unless, of course, you decide to just stay in your wagon. After all, it has a roof of sorts.
Of sorts, yeah.
Yeah, have a look if a place got some rooms. A different place to the one we helped out, though, because she's busy.
Yeah.
Maybe a good idea, yes.
Okay. Indeed. Let's see. So. There are a couple of places that you can possibly go to. There's the Railmaster's Favor is a place that you can go to. Or the Steam Whistle Inn are the two most prominent places. However, the nature of Rigenstead also says that, or also displays like there are a number of halfway homes or people just renting out a room in their own home. But yeah, it's up to you. Where would you like to go?
What tends to be the most cost-effective one between them?
Asking around the Steam Whistle Inn definitely seems to be the most cost-effective. At least by comparison. It also would be the one that can accommodate your party as a whole. A lot of the halfway homes and spare rooms and stuff don't seem to have enough to accommodate everybody.
I think
Try
we'll
the inn
probably
first.
do the one that, yeah.
But if the inn doesn't have enough rooms for everyone, then the rest of us can try the house.
Or even the cart.
The Railmaster's Favor. I think we would try. I would suggest trying there first, given that it is closer to the central Hyrule gate, so we could just take off earlier in the morning.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Okay. So you head over to the Railmaster's Favor. The building itself is relatively well-to-do. It is a large location, described as it's a large location with a sign out front that has like a very detailed menu for food. it has 2 stories to it, and it sits across from what appears to be the mayor's house, which is a equally large building. But the mayor's house seems to have like a series of chimneys and additional bits and pieces for more industrial use. By comparison, the Railmaster's favor, which is just very well constructed architecture meant to appeal to the eye. So much so that at this time of day, there appears to be a queue outside the front door.
Are they still talking about what happened with the creatures flying through town in rags?
Yeah, there's some murmurings about like the creatures.
Kind of want to see if
And
we could, like-
the guy scrambling across the roof to chase them.
kind of want to see if we can quote make an impression and just kind of like
Oh, hey, that guy was
get
me.
them to let us in. Just be like, oh yeah, no, this is the guy that chased him. We got these guys taken care of, so everyone is safe. You know, like just start kind of talking about it and talking ourselves up.
That's worth a go if you would like to do that.
So the real question is, should I do it or should I help Melody do it? Because Melody number bigger.
Big number.
Biggest number, best number.
20 plus 9. So if I'm helping Melody, then that is 25, which I believe is a critical success for the aid,
Oh.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
which gives a
Okay.
+2 bonus.
Oh, total 24.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay. Okay. So, with a 24, as you kind of, as you like move into, to kind of meld into the conversations of people in the queue, and successfully make an impression. The people there stop and begin to like actively like ask you questions about the details of the event itself, like kind of like a minor celebrity status in this instance, where they're dying to know what it was that happened, so because you were there, you clearly know what was it like. Was it scary? Are you hurt? Like all this
Very happy to tell stories,
yeah.
especially ones that
Very
pick
happy to
everyone
let Makoto tell stories.
up. Picking everyone up, especially myself.
Hell yeah.
Onda
Melody
tries
will
to
join
spread
in,
it around a
picking up
little bit.
Makoto.
Onda kind of spreads it around a little bit for everyone, especially Leisha, mostly because the other morning when leaving Yotana. But no,
Melody and Anda, hype crew.
Yes.
Onda just kind of like rolls the shoulder a little bit because like a little stiff still, you know, missing 20 HP, but it'll get better. Just need a rest, you know.
Oh, you
You can tell that.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I wanted to say, Leisha is decidedly less argumentative when it comes to the part they've played in this. Like, they don't bring anything up themselves, but they do just listen, and if any of them mention what Leisha's done, they don't stop that. from having they don't downplay that.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. So one of the folks there looks at Anna and is like, "Oh well, are you looking for a room here?" And they jab a thumb back at the Romaster's favor.
Well, we're looking for a room kind of wherever, but this seems like
This
a
is
place.
kind of closer to where we're living, or leaving tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, they kind of like look at each other. We've only just come here to eat. So if you, I'm sure that there's a different line for getting a place to stay. And they'll
How the
kind of
food's
like,
that good?
oh, best place in Hyrule, I bet. I'm
Okay.
willing to put money on that. Best place to eat in Hyrule.
I'm very curious.
So how many rooms are available here?
The people in the queue just kind of shrug and say, "I'm not sure. Usually it's quite popular. You'll have to go in and see if they have any rooms available."
All right. Well,
And you're all
thank you
queuing
very
in
much for
all
letting us know.
rooms?
No, they're queuing for food.
Ah, I did not catch that part.
It's all good. You've had a very busy day. But
Yeah.
we'll head inside and get that taken care of. Thank you for letting us know. And Hondo will start heading inside.
Yeah. You head into the Railmaster's favor. A series of very pleasant smells greets you as you enter in. The soft clatter of cutlery as you turn to your left and you see a sea of tables all being sat at as people enjoy their food, various different people moving between tables, and a small little podium near that area where someone would stand behind it for the sake of taking people to their weighted tables. To your right, there appears to be at least a comparatively much smaller area where there is a larger desk. And manning the desk at this point in time appears to be a broad-shouldered marsh moblin. So someone just as tall, if not a smidge taller than Under, sitting behind this
Damn.
comparatively smaller desk.
Goblins are big boys.
They seem to be like very they seem to be very well groomed. They have a luxurious head of hair, a very well made formal suit that is perfect for their size, and they're currently sitting down at the desk before them, just eyeing over a thing like a journal of sorts. You can see like a variety of different rings adorn their fingers on both hands as they look over. They seem very like focused on the thing that they're reading and taking notes in.
Hondo will walk up and Hondo opens up the conversation. She's like, sorry to interrupt, and we'll get to business here in a second. I just wanted to know, in case I need to get a change of clothes, because for various reasons, who's your tailor?
Well, the moblin will look up and smile somewhat and say, "Oh well, Taylor. Well, there's a fantastic place in Hyrule Castletown that I'm happy to point you in a direction. They could certainly do with more business." And will lean over to a drawer, open it, and then pull out like what appears to be a small card, which has like a variety of different like bits and pieces of information. It's noted for a business called the Golden Thread. They'll put that there, and there is another place I would recommend as well. Not necessarily one that is as open to business too, but I like to make sure that it is at least promoted somewhat. And they'll take not a business card, but like a slip of like paper, like a kind of a what was it? Trying to think of there is a name for it. Not a leaflet. No, it's like an actual like blank piece of paper, like a note card almost. And they'll write something on it, and it'll point you. It'll give the address of a business in Carlton called the Feathers and Finery Tailors. That is it's in there, like I said, in Carlton itself, and says they do some fine work there. They also should get some more business, as it turns. But the suit I'm wearing at the moment, that's the golden thread.
All right. Ka-Ordna. Sorry. I'm getting the, what was the one for Ka-Ordna named again?
Feathers and Finery.
All right. Feathers and Finery. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. My name's Onda. I'll go ahead and hold out a hand to shake, if he'll take it.
Yeah, they'll shake your hand, a very firm handshake.
And me and my compatriots here, Onda will wave his arm to the rest of them, are looking for a place to stay for the night.
They'll like as you like they'll look over the group and smile a bit, and then the smile becomes somewhat pained when you say you're looking for a place.
No, if I see that, I'll be like, it's okay if you don't have one. You can just say we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, we've been booked up for at least the next 2 weeks. Not a single place is going to be available, even in the common room, believe it or not. I suppose people who are wanting to either greet people coming back or going out west, they'll want to have the most luxurious of places. It's a shame, really. I would love to see all
If they're
of
going,
you here,
if they're going out west, it's probably the last bit of luxury they're gonna get for a while.
Oh, no doubt, and we want to make sure they're treated well, of course. By the way, I apologize not for responding with my name when you gave me yours, Grusha. My name is Grusha. It's nice to meet all of you. But if you are looking for a place to stay in the future, I imagine that this kind of thing dies down a little bit closer towards the winter, even though I imagine it's a little warmer out west compared to how it is here in central Hyrule. Folks tend to travel a little less. It's also possibly due to the fact that when it starts to snow, especially closer to Hebra, it's harder to clear the tracks and the trains don't run as often. So rooms will be a little easier to come by at that stage.
Okay.
If I don't know how long the waiting time is for a place to eat, though. If you want to eat, we'll happily provide something for you here too. I've been told quite well that our chefs are doing a really good job. There was a line. There's a part of me that is thankful for the line because it means that business is doing good, but sad because it means people have to wait for the things that they came here for. Well, if that
such as the duality.
Yeah, but
of commerce, yes.
But if that line dies down soon enough, you're more than welcome to come back. We're open until closer to midnight. We did have shorter hours, but well, more people wanted to come and eat at the very least here, so we decided to at least extend the hours a little bit. So if you're looking for a later supper, then we can accommodate for that. But that is entirely your choice, of course. Feel free to, and they'll lean over and grab like another like sheet of parchment that seems to have been painstakingly written on. This looks to be like a menu of sorts, and they'll hand it to you and say, feel free to take this with you and browse, and if anything catches your eye, then come back and we'll happily accommodate.
All right, will do. Thank you very much, Grusha. Just a quick question. When you've heard about the Steam Whistle Inn, do you know any other places that might be, or that might have a few rooms, or? Is that really the only one in town that you know of?
The Steam Whistle Inn will probably have some rooms of sorts. They also accommodate for people due to travel, but they go for numbers as opposed to quality. No shade towards them, of course. Business is business. They just focus on accommodating as many people as possible while we try and focus on giving people the best stay possible, which limits our ability to provide rooms, of course. Two different sides of a coin.
Hence being all booked up.
Yeah. As for other places besides that, well, there is a lovely woman by the name of Wendy Brigginson who runs a halfway house.
She's
I
indisposed.
think, yeah. Yeah.
I see. Well, in that case, there are a couple of other halfway houses there, but they might be providing more of a long stay sort of thing. Most folks who tend to go to these halfway houses are traveling merchants of a sort. And then individual private residents are allowing renting out of their rooms. But otherwise, the Steam Whistle Inn is probably going to be your best place. If you're particularly religious, of course, depending on who the attending priests are, the Lowgrave Temple might be able to allow you to use a pew or two in order to rest for the night if you're not too focused on comfort. But otherwise, the Steam Whistle Inn is going to be your best bet for a bed, a lockable door, and maybe some breakfast in the morning.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Grusha.
Happy to accommodate.
All right. Well, should we try the inn then?
Yep.
Okay.
We might as well.
Okay. Yeah. You head back outside and make your way across one of the bridges over the through the rail station that heads over the railway, and onto the other side of Riggensted, where you find a similarly sized building, but one that is clearly just there for the sake of being there. It's not run down, it's not of a low quality, it's just serving a purpose. There's not really much else to it. When you head inside, as the evening gets a little bit later, you find a much more quiet sort of environment. The common room that sits at the front of the inn, where there's tables for people to sit down and eat food, only has a few patrons there, some of which are gladly eating something. You note that in one corner of the room, there appears to be a kind of a long table, like a island cabinet sort of thing, where it sits within it. You can see that there's different metal trays containing different foods, and like a series of cutlery and piles of plates and stuff. And besides that, there is a singular desk right at the back, where sitting behind it is a much more diminutive moss cloak Goron, who's leaning rather lackadaisically on the counter and just kind of half paying attention to the room around them.
Are Mars Cloak Gorons usually more chill, or are they just kind of or is a Goron a Goron?
A Goron's a Goron. It's like they'll have different temperaments based on what they do. Mosscloak Gorons are typically, they're more chill, but they don't really find themselves in a capacity of I suppose as per the Rolling Stone gathers no moss sort of thing. They're very much kind of sedentary. Sedentary by comparison. They don't really.
They have a tendency to prefer not moving around much.
Yeah, they pick a thing, they pick a spot, they pick a place, and they don't really travel much beyond that, and they don't see much urgency in a lot of the things that they do. But yeah, this Mosscloak Goron is as said, rather kind of like boredly looking about the room, casts a glance in your direction, but then just focuses on staring into the middle distance. They have like a series of the cracks between the rocks on their backs and forearms seems to be like has lines of green moss. Their skin appears to be of a darker, muddier complexion, and they have like a little their facial hair seems to be kind of a similar sort of like a kind of a beard, not necessarily a full beard, like wisps of what would effectively be the equivalent of a 5 o'clock shadow, but in moss. But yeah.
So it looks a little bit green around the chin.
Mm-hmm.
So then rather than coming up with like the whole Predator style forearm clasp, like, brother, I think I'll go on. Will just instead just kind of go up and go, hello, brother, how you doing today?
Oh, hello, brother. Well, you know, day's a day. It happened, I suppose.
It sure did.
Okay, he's chill like that. I was wondering what kind of moss grew upon him. It seems to be a certain type.
Smells a little dank. Smells a little dank.
Very green.
Yeah.
We were just wondering if you had any rooms for the evening.
Yeah, plenty. You looking for a double room or a single room? For kind of like looks over all of you and says, "You looking for 4 rooms or 2 rooms or 2 and 1 or yeah."
How much privacy we all want tonight? And I'll just take a look at everybody.
I'm not bothered.
You said it's not particularly busy yet?
Nah, we've got plenty of spaces in terms
No,
of
out of character.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not particularly busy at all.
Alright. Let's say, I don't mind room or double, single or double, I don't care.
Alright, we'll do 2 then, just to give everybody a little room. Room.
Instead,